What's good, YouTube? Crown Jewel from Crown Jewel Boxing, back with a gem. I just seen something that is very disturbing, and I actually feel sorry for the person involved in this situation. That person being the GOAT herself, multi-weight, undisputed world champion, two-time Olympic gold medalist, Clarissa T-Rex Shields, has called out Remy Ma to fight her in February for some type of reason. It's getting shameful for someone who considers themselves, and I actually agree with her, to be the most gifted female fighter in the history of the sport, to be calling out a rapper to fight in an attempt to bring attention to herself. It's getting to a point where it's kind of pitiful the lengths that this legendary future Hall of Fame fighter has to go through or goes through to try to bring attention to herself, or try to validate herself, or get the approval of the everyday fan. And unfortunately, again, I keep pumping this. Fighters, get yourselves a PR team. Get some media training, because 99.9% of what she does to try to win fans over does the opposite. This will be no different. There's nobody that's sensible that's gonna look at this and say, oh, that's dope. She wants to fight a rapper who's never boxed before. I get it. Remy Ma's done some time. You know, she's kind of looked at as a tough female. You know, she's, as Gilly the King said a little while back, she's with the poops. But nobody's checking for, that'd be equivalent to like Floyd Mayweather saying, yeah, you know, me and T.I. gonna get it on, when they had their problem, and I'm challenging him to box me. And nobody wants to see it. Nobody cares about it, and it cheapens your brand. Again, fighters, media training. The people speaking for you, make sure they're media trained, because all attention ain't good attention. All news ain't good news. Sometimes when people start talking about you in the media, it can be detrimental to your brand. It can make people turn their back on you. And your bottom line is directly affected by the fans and the general public, mostly the casual fan, having an affinity to you. That's not gonna happen when you keep doing things like this. Calling out men. You wanna fight Keith Thurman. You went through great lengths to disrespect Layla Ali just because she had an opinion about what she felt like she could have done if there had female boxing in the Olympics when she was coming up. Just, unfortunately, I get it. You don't feel like you get your just due, but you're never going to get it the way you, by being desperate, by lashing out, by doing outlandish things like this. No one, I mean no one will give you an ounce of credit for fighting a rapper. Not only a rapper that's a lot older than you, that has never boxed before, has no history in boxing. Like, again, it's getting pitiful. It's shameful, the things that this young lady has to do, or feels she has to do, to promote herself. And it always backfires. Like, you just, unfortunately for women in sports and everything else, sex appeal is what sells. Unfortunately, that's not really Clarissa Shields' thing. No disrespect, it just is not. You know, the difference between Venus and Serena, other than, you know, Serena lasted a lot longer, had much more success on the back end of her career, but initially, she became much more popular than Venus because she was better looking. They made her a cover girl model. Unfortunately, that's what women have to deal with, and that's the avenue for women. And if you're not that, unfortunately, in American sports, they just don't latch on to women, no matter how great they are. It is what it is. I don't like it, but it is what it is. But this has put Clarissa Shields in a horrible position. And like I said, I just think it's another horrible PR move to call out Remy Ma. I guess she feels like she's bringing some attention to herself. You are. Negative attention. People are going to judge you even more harshly. They're going to be even more turned off by you. And you're not going to get the results you want. So, again, fighters, female and male alike. I'm not even going to say young fighters, because even the older fighters hurt themselves in the media sometimes too. Get media trained. Managers and promoters, if you really care about your product, if you really want them to maximize their potential, Get someone to coach them on what to say and what not to say when a camera and a mic is in front of them. And also, they need to be supervised on their social media accounts, because that's another way of putting something out to the world unfiltered that can backfire in seconds. And once it's out there, it ain't coming back. That's all I have for y'all right now. Until next time, keep your hands up, your chin down, your ass off the floor. Peace.